short flights.
Yes, from Moscow to Tel Aviv.
No?
So.
אנחנו רוצים הפעם לפתוח בקליפ. קליפ שבעצם אני בחרתי, אבל אני בטוח שהאורח שלנו באולפן, שנציג אותו אחר כך, ישמח מאוד לראות אותו. קליפ במסגרת של כמה נעים להיזכר. Vova, I must admit you have not changed a bit. You look just the same. Incidentally, Shalom Vova. Ma shlomcha? Shalom. Welcome, Baruch haba. How many years ago was it?
19 years ago.
19 years ago.
Yeah.
You have a secret. You look the...
You as well. You are also there.
You look the same Maladiets.
Trying to.
We shall start by playing an etude by Scriabin. Can you tell us a little bit about this music?
Scriabin, I think it was one of the most mysterious composers. I think we cannot really realize what he has done. I think it's one of the most amazing example of Russian school, because it's not really Russian, not really European. We don't know what it is.
Yeah, a little bit French, a little bit Russian, a little bit...
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, everything. This is a very early composition by Scriabin. You remember how old he was?
He was around 17, I suppose.
Yeah, and not yet even living in Arbat in Moscow?
I'm living, very close to him. My house, it's...
Your house is close, next door?
I think 1 kilometer maximum.
Yeah. Amazing, amazing. So let's hear a very early composition by Scriabin. Vova. That was so inspirational. Amazing.
Thank you.
I'll tell you my impression. You started and it sounded like post-Chopin, almost like Chopin, but not really. Then some French touch, flavor, and then Russian domination. In Russian domination, it must be big, bogatir, giant. And the Russian hysteria is there, because Russian people must be a little bit hysterical. And then finish like Russian tale, legend, once upon a time. Wow, I don't believe it. What do you say?
That's true, of course. There's a lot of extremes in Russian, actually, in Russian behavior, in Russian soul, in Russian nature, let's say. But at the same time, Scriabin, he was doubt about this. I think all his music, it's not that, it's just something like a mosaic of everything, you know, like a construction of a lot of cultures together. With a craziness a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and he made the longest way from youth to later years and changed his style tremendously. And now you are going to play the poem which was written actually much later.
Much later.
Completely different style.
Completely different style, and I think this, for me, it's one of the best he ever wrote. This poem, Opus 32. I will play the first one, yeah. Second one, it's already, we see his big change. In the first one, you feel him still young, I think, somehow.
Young in soul, but the
but
language,
already much more
the
young.
language is
Yeah.
so developed and a little bit abstract. you have indeed magical fingers. I must share my emotions with you. At first I thought she was a French coquette girl, like just running like this. But then she turns to be a Russian Dievochka, and he is so much admiring her, and then he gets Russian.
Yeah, she gets a woman, really, yeah.
Yeah? You feel also that there is a girl behind?
There's a girl behind, and after she's become a real woman.
Ah, she is a woman.
Oh, of course.
Now, she's not anymore a girl.
It's logical.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's life.
Yeah.
You said you are in the neighborhood, so you leave your apartment, you turn right, and you go in Arbat, and...
Yes, I'm very extremely close. No, I would not say that I see from my balcony, but if I walk 10 minutes, I'm there.
Describe to us his apartment.
You know, this apartment actually, when I has been there, I played there. There's some concerts taking place. His apartment, it's quite in Russian old-style apartment. Let's say it's far away from a Soviet Union time things. Yeah, so it's really you feel that
it's the old decadence.
Even if the composer was suffering, he was living much better than people after 17. But anyway, I would not say something special. Maybe some special feelings you get there, but I would not say that it's something incredible. Yeah.
It is so amazing that you are part of this culture, this neighborhood, the streets. So it's so easy for you to enter into the mood.
Maybe.
I would like you now to play the most popular etude by Scriabin, a very stormy one. Wow, that was spectacular. What an expression of the Russian soul, of the Shirokaya Dusha. Vova, tell us a little bit about your life. You left Russia at the age of 15, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I left to Germany. I was studying in Germany, let's say 8 years. And then I moved to Belgium after Queen Elizabeth competition, because it was quite event for me there, and I remained in Belgium because it was quite a lot of people who used to know me, and I played a lot in Benelux countries. And then I left. I was living in Switzerland, also in Geneva, quite a long time, and I came back to Russia, let's say 4 years ago, basically. Yeah.
After more than 15 years abroad.
Yeah.
Coming back home to Russia, you found a different Russia.
Not really. You know, of course I came back to Russia time to time. I cannot say that I was absent, you know, during, 10 years and I came back to... I didn't find it extremely different. I would say that for me it was a little bit difficult in the very beginning to... I got used to it in Europe. People used to know me very well. In Russia I should now succeed again the career from, from beginning. And it was for me quite interesting because now I feel already much better.
Is Russia welcoming today returning young artists?
I don't know. We never understand. I don't think so.
It's hard.
I don't think so because there is a lot of, proudness for Russia, for the pianists who remained, in the country and so on. Yeah.
But you are coming from a very proud family, aren't you?
I think so. I think my family represented Russian culture during a lot of years. And
you must tell us about your family.
My family. What part of the family? If we're talking about Ashkenazy family, from my mother's side, it's, let's say, of course, my grandfather, David Ashkenazy. It was a grounder, let's say, of all our musical dynasty. And I had a chance to be very close to him. I used to even travel with him. I used to live in his house. Actually, for me, it was a very, very important person, maybe one of the most important person in my life. Of course, people around the world, they used to know Vladimir Ashkenazy, who is a brother of my mother. We all, of course, extremely proud for his career. And my mother, she's a pianist, a wonderful pianist. Now she's teaching in Tokyo.
And so, you are named Vladimir after the same Vladimir as your uncle Vladimir Ashkenazy. So actually you are also Vladimir Vova Ashkenazy, Sverdlov?
Yes, but the name Vladimir, it was not because of my uncle, because my father, Arie Sverdlov, who is living in Israel, in Jerusalem.
Your father is in Israel?
Is Israel already more than 20, I don't know, 25 years maybe. So I think it was also his decision. I think nothing to do maybe with Vladimir Ashkenazy. So let's say we never understand from where it's coming. Okay, let's say it's difficult because if people call me sometimes Vladimir Ashkenazy, that it's a little bit already not very well because Sverdlov Ashkenazy, Vladimir Sverdlov Ashkenazy, it works. Vladimir Ashkenazy, it's already a little bit.
And we are going now to watch a clip of your famous grandpa, David Ashkenazy, doing a clip for the very early Russian television broadcasting system. And it's a very, very funny clip, I must say so.
And it's the first Russian video clip, I suppose.
First Russian video clip.
Yes, and it was made, I don't know, on that time it was nothing with the computers, it's everything done with the hands, could you imagine? And altogether, of course, it's quite a history moment.
Yeah. Must have taken 1 year to put together this jigsaw puzzle.
I'm afraid to think how they did it.
In the year 46 or something like this?
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's year 46.
Краснофлотская пляска. В исполнении Владимира Зернова.
Аккомпанирует Давид Ашкенази.
Your grandpa looks like a very handsome young man.
Yes, sure. He had a lot of success. Yeah.
How old was he during this clip?
31, I suppose. It was the year 46. 31.
He was 31 years
Yeah.
old. Younger than you today?
Yeah. Could you imagine? Unbelievable.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. The composition you composed yourself, the work you composed yourself, is a kind of homage, David Ashkenazy, your grandpa.
I have few compositions, what is homage to my grandfather. First burlesque, but I played it a lot in my life. Now it's a quite new composition that I play for the first time. Let's say it's also somehow homage, because you will notice one place when I'm banging on a piano, you know. And the things that I learned for him, he has one piece, one composition when he has done it. And of course it's in my subconscious somehow, yeah.
And this is going to be a world premiere of your newest composition.
Yeah.
A world premiere. Vova, what an hilarious Russian story. Umpa, umpa, and then order, pa-bum, pa-bum, and somebody is fooling around. So vigorous, so Russian. Thanks a lot. Wonderful. Молодец. Большое спасибо.
Toda roba. Toda roba, Arik.
חינוכי